What are you from real assess? I'm a bastard, we own your people. I walk on the fine way. Tabila, I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the swamp, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the soil, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love that I be. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I hold in your own. United, we stand, divided, we fall. So that's what they say when I come with ball. When I chillin' on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this team. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, that's joining the team. You go where you pella, you love my crown. Who kill it? Who got shown?
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kubo.
Nabalike na koya bake na papa kubo.
Nabali pole po, na papa kubo.
Nabali pole po, na papa kubo.
La biro waka poma o.
La biro waka ma o.
Bangada no waka ma o.
They kind of dance.
You're to the top, y'all come together.
You know that they kind of dance. I can put you in real Zico. From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, they come together.
Exactly.
And of course, whether you're from Maryland, huh? Whether you're from Sino. I love Liberia.
And kudos to the people in Lova County as well.
Okay, it's time to bring it down and get down to business now.
Exactly. So it's time to get down to business. So we want to say good. I think you raise it up a little bit. Yeah. Get back. So it's time to.
I don't know where we're having that, feedback.
From right there. Yes, you gotta bring it down. Bring it down. You taking it or bring no? Bring it down. Okay. So it's good. It's good. So welcome everybody. Welcome those of you listening. This is how I would like to welcome you to the biggest thing happening on radio at about this time on ELBC 99.9. You are listening to the best thing happening on radio, and the program you're listening to is called Open Conversation. Open Conversation is a 2-hour current affairs a program that talks about the major happenings in the country and how we can be able to inform our people adequately about the progress of the government and the improvement in lives of the people. So we want to officially use this time to say welcome. Join us as we drive tonight. We are all good. We are all energized, and we look forward to having a spirited conversation with all of you listening and viewing. We'd like to welcome all of our viewers and all of our listeners as well to join us, and let's have a fruitful discussion. Let me use this time to say good evening and welcome to you, the host.
Good evening, Washington, and good evening to everybody who's watching us via the social media and who's joining us via radio. We'd like to say welcome to Open Conversation. And if our technicians are listening to us, please, somebody has to be in the studio. I think we're getting feedbacks. I don't know from where, but you need to work on this. So, again, we're here. Today is Tuesday, right?
It's Tuesday.
July, that's August 23rd.
August 23.
Yeah,
yes.
Tomorrow is Flag Day, August 24th, and still it's good to be here. And and talk some politics because, there's a political show.
Exactly.
And we talk about the happenings in town. So what's trending? We already gone 8 minutes into
And we have to be time conscious tonight because we don't want to get into the guest time. So before we go to the trending issues, we would like to announce our guests. Tonight we will be talking district number 16, and the CPP representative candidate Aaron Siki Mombo is pretty live in our studio at about this moment. Any moment from now, we'll be talking with Madam Aaron Mombo. So Aaron Mombo is our guest for tonight. So what's trending? We all know that the CDC has placed a hold on all political campaigns and rallies, following the death of, I think today now, the president said three ladies.
No, 2 ladies and 1 man who died.
3 in numbers.
3 in numbers.
3 in numbers.
Passed out.
3 person passed out. And the president and the CDC extend condolences to the bereaved family, and they have put a halt on their political campaigns and rallies for 2 days. So so this is the latest development currently in the CDC, in the camp of the CDC. They are mourning, their loved ones. They are mourning their partisans, and the president and his supporters have decided to put a halt on their political rallies and all of that.
Yeah, so they had, a program today where those partisans were remembered, and the president called on all of his partisans to see the deaths of those lawyer supporters as a beacon of inspiration for a better Liberia. He said, although the October elections hold immense, significance to the furtherance of democracy in Liberia, it is incumbent upon the partisans of the party and the supporters to ensure that the dreams of the fallen supporters are realized, because they were on the front line. They were all out there making sure that the party gets reelected, and tragedy struck.
Exactly.
And so he was encouraging his partisans to make sure that, they live the dreams of those fallen partisans. Another thing that we heard today, again, we always every day on the show talk about violence, but it was also reported during today's program by Jefferson Koji that a partisan of the CDC was killed also yesterday as a result of electoral violence. And he said that partisan's lawyer to Jeremiah Cohn of the Unity Party allegedly killed the CDC partisan yesterday. And the news we're getting is that they told him that, he should support them. And he says that he cannot support Jeremiah Cohn and Unity Party or Joseph Boakai. And they got into a fight, and then he was killed yesterday. And so it's, it's disturbing. And this kind of thing cannot continue, because if you're killing people because they don't support you, how do we go to elections when we kill each other? If somebody doesn't support you, what all you can do is convince that person to support you instead of killing people. It's sad. And they said they registered that with the National Elections Commission. We're told that the culprits have been apprehended, which is a good thing. But, it's just sad. Electoral violence cannot be the answer.
So electoral violence has escalated to that level now?
Killing people.
My God.
It's just a sad thing.
It's a sad thing. Very, very sad. And we all should shy away from electoral violence. And let's go to you. I think you have something from the Unity Party. And
yeah, before we go to the Unity Party, there were reports of jeering in Bombing County yesterday when the president was in Bombing County. There are reports that some citizens or some supporters of those who are opposing Senator Morris Toma were in the county. They were planted in a group to jeer at Senator Toma when he was announced as one of those who the CDC is supporting. He agreed to take our call this evening, and we will again attempt because he agreed earlier today to take our call. We want to hear from the house's mouth, and if that happens, that's fine. But let's talk about something else. Let me see what I can connect with.
So today, today the representative of District Number 10 had a press conference, and he plays, an ultimatum on his campaign that from certain time to certain time, if certain thing is not being done, there will be no certain thing being done. So today, Representative Yeke Koluba said that he has up to 49,000 plus voters in District Number 10.
He has them, or they're the ones who have registered to vote in District Number 10.
Exactly, because I think he has the figure. So I think, yes, something around there. And he said that being an advocate who stood up over the time, 6 years, like he put it rightly in his words, he stood up, for all of the injustices, inequities, like he said. The people of District Number 10, it is their time to reciprocate his,
force.
That's what he said.
No, I think
that's what he said. So something he said that intrigued me. He said he needs 5,000 t-shirts. 5,000 t-shirts.
Well, I ain't going to
from
print them.
the people. He said you're not printing
But he
them.
got 49,000 people registered in the district. He want only 5,000. Only 5,000.
This was the ultimate. He said if he does not have the 5,000 t-shirt from now to next Friday, he not launching any campaign.
Who cares?
That's what he said.
But
He's
who
not.
cares?
He's not launching any campaign. He was only fund money for his pool watchers. Probably, I have not seen his billboards. Have you seen any? No, but we use that right now.
It's very comical. It's very comical.
So we use that right.
Yeah.
But he was, he sounded, he sounded paranoid. He sounded very afraid, and as
He's afraid.
certainly, when I look at his body language and the way he spoke, I was like, wow, what's going on? Representative Yeke Koluba at about this time, look, you don't demand from the people in such a
After
format.
6 years, you come back to the people and say, if you don't print your own T-shirts, I'm not going to launch a campaign.
Exactly.
If you launch a campaign, whose campaign are you launching? Is it my campaign?
It's your own benefit.
Who is receiving all of the salaries on Capitol Hill?
It's Representative Yeke Koluba who's
That
getting. You understand?
Comedian of a lawmaker, leave us
Understand?
alone, man. He needs, like you said, he's paranoid. I said on this show that Yeke Koluba needs some help, and I still believe that he needs some help. So that's fine. Well, it seems that we're not, he's not taking our call. Senator Sitoma is not taking our call. So I'll leave it right there. We just wanted to hear from the house's mouth. He agreed to talk to us, but apparently, I don't know what's happening. He's not picking our calls. So the Unity Party continued campaign today. We heard initially they were going to district number.
They have a schedule now.
We did. I said
they're just going.
They put it on Facebook. We see it on Facebook. We heard they were going to West Point. That seems not to have happened. And they said they were going to West Point is district number 7,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And from there they were going to district number 8. So they were visiting district 7 and 8 today, but West Point did not happen. So they went to district number 8. They were on the field, the Saytown field today. And several other people from the party spoke, but I took note of what Senator Darius DeLone said. The Bible says, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. People are, very much, people are concerned about how you speak to their candidates, which is okay because we're not going to war. We are going to elections is an expression of ideas. If I don't like your ideas, if I don't think that what you're saying you're going to do, I don't believe what you're saying, that's okay. I can say, no, I don't think that's the right way. But the terminology we use on each other, it provokes violence. And Senator Dillon referred to those people who work in government as gangs, right? And he says, we want to remove the president, we want to remove George Weah and his gang, and people who are gangs are criminals. that is okay with the Unity Party people to refer to, those who work in government as gangs. But these are the same gangs. Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai said he's going to reduce, he's going to cut down when he gets to power. But he said today that the reason why he wants to remove this government is to stop people from saying muya muya and go to school. Joseph Yomon Boakai wants to remove President George Weah because he wants the people to benefit from their country through the system and not because they are partisans. He says he wants to, Joseph Yomon Boakai will revamp the health sector and make public school free for all. My thing is, all of these things they're saying is not something that is strange when it comes to Joseph Yomon Boakai, because these are things that Joseph Yomon Boakai, former vice president, served in a government where, they had an opportunity to do all of these things for the Liberian people, but that did not happen. I heard Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence also talking about, Joseph Yoma Boakai, the rescue mission has come to make sure that the Liberian people, the young women in Liberia are rescued. Then you go back to the senator and ask her a question. Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, where is the women group that she has in this Montserrat County? She says the reason why she went to JFK the other day, there were no beds, and somebody asked her she had to pay over 40,000, and the down floor has been rented and blah blah blah, and so she wants Joseph Boakai to be president. The people should vote Joseph Boakai president because that's the only way those things that they want to happen will happen, because the people who are in power now, they don't listen to her at the legislature. So why are you even at the legislature when you know that you cannot push any case for the Liberian people? There's sometimes, sound very, very comical, because you as a legislator, you have not one day, come out to speak against the odds in society. What's happening at JFK in your mind, if you went to JFK and the beds or the down floor could take 100 beds, but it has been given out to another group of people. Why? You have the right as a lawmaker to call in, Jerry Fallow Brown, the administrator of JFK, to ask him all of those questions. That is why you put on Capitol Hill. What has she ever done that? Or is it because you want the people to vote for your candidate? You come back, you forget to know that we know your function as a lawmaker, your oversight responsibility. Where have you left it? And the only thing you can tell the people is that I cannot do it now. Nobody is listening to me. So we put you there. The people of Grand Bassa County put you there for 9 years, only to go and sit there and wait until you have former Vice President Joseph Yoma Boakai president.
Our second term now.
Yeah. Okay. So 18 years and 9 plus 9 is 18. You will want to run again. You're sitting there doing nothing for the people, and you will only do something for the people when Joseph Yoma Boakai becomes president. It's really, really comical. And again, she says that all the young girls they're suffering. The only thing they run around with is George Weah is producing kush and making the young people to die from kush. Is it George Weah who brought drugs into this country? The former Unity Party, the war that fought in this country, that brought all of us to our knees, where for which people acts like all of us are not. We have some mental problem. It can be the Unity Party can own up to it, and the Unity Party came to power for 12 years. They were not able to help our young people get out of drugs, and now this government is making sure that young people are taken off the streets into rehabilitation centers, and you go to the people and say this president is producing this, or here's the reason why people are dying on kush. I really want to know the messaging, because it sounds very, very comical. What they're saying is not something that they never had an opportunity to do. The Unity Party had an opportunity to make university free. That never happened in 12 years. This is happening under a George Weah government. And you come to the Liberian people and say, we will make all public schools free. You say you were going to take all of the children out of the streets. That was a policy in 2005 that never worked. One child was not taken off the street. No parent was arrested in 12 years. You come back to us and say you're going to do that when you are elected. So the Unity Party has to tell the Liberian people, come up with a clear message. I think that is where they're falling short. Their messaging, those messages that they're giving to the people. When you talk about health care, JFK was just for killing. That is how we referred to JFK for 12 years under Joseph Boakai. The former vice president, when he was asked by the journalist, he said that, you know what, the journalist asked him, you are waiting to be president before you do something for the people of Lofa? You were in power for 12 years. What did Lofa benefit? You were, the president of the Senate. That was the time former Vice President Joseph Boakai said that being a president for the Senate doesn't make me a senator.
Yes, certainly.
It doesn't make you a senator, we understand, but you are like a supervisor over there. You have that power to talk to the people because you're the second man in command. That was when he said, you know what, I was running errands for the president.
You have a mitigating responsibility.
Yes. So whatever the president wants to happen or whatever you want to happen for your people, he runs away from, a responsibility. When people try to hold him to say, what did you do for your people who have benefited as a result of your kindness in this country? There are not many people, I don't know how many persons, but we don't know a group in this country that can say this group was formed by former Vice President Joseph Boakai. And that goes the same for Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence. In Montserrat County, we don't know of any group. Let me just limit it to women group that Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence has been able to form, and she's really helping this group of people. These are people who are just benefiting at the expense of the Liberian people, but are not giving back to the Liberian people. They have not been able to give back to the Liberian people, and that is for a fact. How do you come back to the same people who have given you jobs? You've worked in government for, more than 18 years, more than 20 years, more than 40 years. We have not seen your hand mark, and you come back and say, we want to remove this government because we want to do this for you. If your Christmas will be good, I always say that we will look at the eve. What you have done, history is an early warning alarm system. So says House Speaker Buffer Chambers. If we know what you've done for the Liberian people before, then we can say yes. This person has a hand mark. We know that they did this thing before and they can do it again for the Liberian people, or they have the Liberian people at heart. That doesn't seem to be what, Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, we have not seen her hand mark. I don't want to speak about Grand Bassa. Maybe the people from Grand Bassa can call and say what she has done for people in Grand Bassa and the women in Grand Bassa. Let's go to Senator DeLone, who said that he was going to give, some of his money back to.
He was going to give the remaining portion of his salary into 5,000.
Yeah,
out of the total, the net salary.
Where is that money? How is that money being used? His rehabilitation center that he said he had refurbished and he was opening. How many persons have, come out of that place and their lives have been changed? It's just like, just telling the people that, I will do this. The light, in fact, it seems to be very dim, Senator Dillon. He only surfaces at these programs, and the crowd that is there, he will tell them, you know what, we're going to remove George Weah and his gangs to do this. But it's easier said than done. Where is his hand mark? He's been senator for how many years now? What can he really point to that he has done for the people of Montserrat County who elected him overwhelmingly? What is his success story?
He's been senator for the last 4 years now.
What is his success story for, for the people of Montserrat County? How many lives has he impacted? We need to know all of these things because nobody's going to buy a pig in a bag. You want to tell the people, I'm going to do this for you. Let's see what you have done before. It's not like, Cummings and Tiawongonglo and the other people. This Unity Party that is running and seems to be, the major opposition party is full of people who have been in the governance of this country. Former Vice President Joseph Yumumbwaka has ran this country for over, has been in governance of the country for over 40 years. What is his mark? Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Senator, has been in governance for 18 plus years.
He has an 18-year guarantee by the people of Bassa.
Yeah, the people from Grand Bassa. What has she done to show? They're not saying anything to the Liberian people. Well, I leave it at that.
Yeah.
And,
before we go to the lines, the elections is all about, informing the message or articulating the message to the people that you think has substance. Yes, let's agree that Senator Dillon and the rest of the other people, they have a team. They have a base that they're coming to the Liberian people to say, gentlemen, I think we need a seat. I think we need the leadership of the country. But you must come, to the people with a message. It's not about the normal rhetorics that we always hear in the public. That's the reason why these politicians, they always play the game of deception. They always throw out to the people what they want to hear. So if you see people going in that route, like the way Senator Dillon is doing, and using all of these invectives, he's a responsible man. He's a statesman. So I believe he should be able to, use some of his words that you calling statements, gang, and all of that. I don't think it's really necessary at about this time. Tell the people what your candidate has been able to do in the last years that he served in the government, right? Don't articulate your agenda based on the other people. Say, I think I am selling a better candidate because during his term he made this. It was through his instrumentality that this came to fruition. It was through his his presence. It was because this man was in the system, these things happened. So I think I have a better option to the Liberian people than what you are seeing. So the people now can weigh in and say, yes, I think Senator Dillon is trying to say something better. So let's be able to buy in his idea. So we can't go about, just giving the normal political messages.
Liberians live on donor support, and you can only change the game when you're in the game. But you never did that 12 years ago. You were in the game. You were at the, in the middle, at the center of everything. You didn't change that 12 years ago.
So what are the possibilities?
That CP will be fun, but anyway, it is what it is.
Let's go to the line. 8:30 already. Madam Ari Momo is waiting. So let's go to the line. Take how many calls?
Maybe just few calls, maybe five.
Five calls. Okay, we'll take 5 calls. 0880-514-096. 0880-514-096 are the numbers. You place your call through and you'll be part of the conversation tonight. So this is Open Conversation, ELBC 99.9. Do we have a signal there?
I'm not seeing any.
Is it good? Is the form is okay?
Yeah, let's try and see somebody's on the line. Let me see where they go.
Cut.
Since I've called these people, nobody has come. We can use this number. It's bad. I don't know what's going on.
We could just. We're getting the feedback. They stop over there. Yeah,
that's not the place. That is not it. That is not it.
It's good. Hello. Good evening. Okay.
Good.
Good evening. What's your name and where you call from?
Jerry Matthew calling from Maryland County. To be precise, Apple City.
Go ahead from Maryland County.
I want to say thanks to you people in the CW and CSTT. Let those people talk anything they want to talk. But President, we will win this election in the name of Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We take you very, very, very hardly. Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, Jefferson and Chris.
No, Jefferson. Just go ahead. Washington.
Yeah, this is the Action Babu chairman for We Are One One City.
I've been calling you every night. You miss my name, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, sorry for me missing your name today. Let me say thank you to you and GP. I think our brother, they have no message offer there. If you were asking what Senator Nyobi Kanga have done anything for the pastor people. 2013, I was the lead campaigner on the CDC that campaign for nobody for CDC to support nobody and we supported nobody and nobody got elected as senator. Today there's no mark. 2020 is our call. Oh my man, you come and help us. I told him, I said, no, I can't. There's nothing I want to tell the people that oh nobody did this. Because one thing I believe is we should have a message, campaign message for the people. We should show the people, yes, yesterday nobody did this in the area. The same way they lie for our people during 2020 is the same lies they are carrying around. But I can say this, and my brother there. Look, our people, 2020 was the campaign day of President Weah. Because, oh God, what they are doing, what they did for the past 2-3 years, show the people that yes, indeed, they are people to trust, to follow them, and even believe in them.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you also for being a part of the program. Good evening. Can you go off so that another person has access to the line?
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. This is Othello Jason. You're going to have a spirit calling.
Let's hear you.
Thank you for the program tonight. But my concern tonight has to do with the issue of always targeting workers wherever you get working.
Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good, and you?
Okay. Yeah, this is the news you are calling from Kaduna from here in Ghana.
Let's hear you.
And yeah, first of all, I want to extend my deepest condolence to our dynamic president, President George Manuel Weah, for the death of his daughter that had our accident yesterday. And coming to the issue, every other thing that the opposition or whosoever want to say, we are resolved and we pray that the president will all the decision, whosoever the Liberian, let us be resolved, remain peaceful, and come October 10, 2023, we will really vote President Weah as the next president for this country so that he can continue his manifest our developmental of that he's carrying on. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for being a part of the program. I'll take one more caller and then we take our guest who's already here with us in studio. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
The issue I start talking and you put them a call.
So you go to the point, sir, and don't attack me because if you attack me, then you don't want to have a conversation.
All right,
Discuss the issue.
My concern is whenever you come on the show, you always talk about Baka. What
is wrong with that? You don't want to listen to me talk to Baka, don't listen to the show. Is that a problem?
No, but the issue is you're attacking the man like he's an obstacle to your campaign.
How have I attacked him? How?
It's and now is that he's being accused that from the party background, people are curious today.
What? Excuse me? You said what?
I said you're being accused of the Israel people yesterday. I listened to what you said. Someone was killed, two people were killed yesterday for the party background.
And so how is that? How is it an attack on the former vice president?
The issue is people should not be attacking personality.
You don't have anything to say, man. Just leave the line, please. You don't have anything to say. If you don't have anything to say, you're not forced to call. Just leave the line.
Yes, sure.
Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, City in Washington.
All right. Why are you always now?
My boy.
Yeah, this is very Menska. I don't come as a foundation six or Esticobalo. I never appreciate you in Washington City for your analysis. Look, when it comes to the message that the demon made up to the message makes more sense in the masses here. Listen, we spoke about school, free tuition. Because
What happened now 12 years ago? Why on to free tuition?
free tuition was there, right? Democracy, what the own government. We say that when you say what the own democracy.
Well, I say you can do, I would say talking, then your United Party people can get first with me.
But they used to receive something every month because
How much stipend were they receiving every month?
$250 every month.
Who was giving it to them?
Bobby, you got evidence? You got evidence for that? Come on, Bobby, don't use our platform to say all kind of things, Bobby.
Okay, send it to my phone, and if you don't send it tomorrow when you call, hello, if you don't send the evidence, send it because I will, that evidence, don't try, you will send it. Look, you will get it and send it tomorrow, yes, because I will read your evidence tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, and if you don't do that, until you can give me that evidence, anytime you call, I will ask you for it. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. No problem. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. We're not taking calls anymore. Bobby has put himself between the rock and the hard place.
Yeah, we'll have to send her the evidence.
That evidence. And tomorrow, when you call, just forget it. I know your United Party people will get first with me again.
Exactly.
But that's all right. So, we can go, right?
Yes, I'm good.
From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, but there we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it, you follow back and
Good evening.
How are you? I'm scared to, I don't like to mispronounce people's name. Is it, Sickly?
It's sickly.
Sickly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Aaron Sickly Momo.
Yes.
Okay. How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. And thank you so much for taking up your time to speak with us this evening on Open Conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Is this your first time contesting?
Yes, this is my first time.
What gave you that urge to venture into this race? I think you guys are having it in district number 16?
We are 10.
10. Okay. At least your number is not that bad.
Because this is
16, 20.
it's a serious district.
Okay. But I want to know who is Madam Aaron Sickly Momo. And what gave you the urge to want to contest the representative seat of district number 16 on the CPP ticket?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, my name is Irene Sickly Momo. I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a sister, I am a philanthropist, I am a published author, and I am a contestant in this race. I'm also a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wear so many hats.
That's good. And
Yeah.
you still want to wear more hats.
Yeah, so, well, what prompted me to want to contest, I see our people have been suffering. Well, I have been in the States, and I will come back home every year, and I realized the people have been suffering. They have been having health issues, and being a nurse, I wanted to do something. And so I started a nonprofit organization called Snow Tea, Helping Hand Ministry Incorporated. And in doing that, I was able to get help for our people. And being a nurse, what I started doing was going from one community to another. And guess what?
What?
I had even come on one of Leisure Who Rennie's show.
Okay.
And I did health education on the radio on this, not this building, but
In the other building.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but I have been striving to help the people of Liberia. And when I started the nonprofit organization, I have shaped books, used textbooks to different institutions, the AMWT College of Medicine, TNIME. TNIME benefited a lot because I was in nursing school, and so we're getting a lot of books. And then the University of Liberia, as well as individuals and other institutions in the district in Newtown, to be specific, because I was born and I grew up in Newtown.
Okay.
So I have been checking the people blood pressure, checking the blood sugar, and I realized that they were going through a lot of health issues. So we started treating the people. My husband is also in the healthcare field. So we started treating the people. But our people have been suffering. You go to Newtown or you go to the district, you see the people, the students are not going to school. They are in the streets selling. You see teenage boys, girls, they are in the street just doing drugs or becoming wayward. And so I wanted to do something. And I realized that our leadership had not been doing what they're supposed to do. Take, for example, Redemption Hospital. I, as a philanthropist, prior to even thinking about running, I shipped hospital beds to Redemption Hospital. I shipped medicines, mattresses, and healthcare equipment. I've been doing that for the people because I remember one time I came to do the donation and one of the guys asked me, "You keep coming and doing this, you keep coming and doing this." And I said to him, I do it because I want to be a blessing to my people. I can't see myself returning to Liberia and not the crew people say quality and that's give. So I can see myself coming back home and don't bring something for my people, for my family. And so my family, meaning my family in the district, in the borough. And I have been doing a lot of different things for our people. I have been doing a lot of different things for our people. So I want to help our people. I want to bring about better education, better health care. And so I will later give my platform or what I'm running on, I will later give that. But I just want to help our people.
You've been helping them for how many years now?
Since 2008.
Since 2008, you've been helping the people in the district. When you say the district, are you only talking about the borough of Newtown, or you've extended your goodness to other parts of the district?
Actually, it's Liberia. I started helping the people, like the healthcare. It was in Newtown, and I have been doing health promotion screenings in different parts of Liberia. I went to Bomi, I did that. I went to
It will seem to me as you were doing it because you are, a humanitarian, you were a nurse, and you were doing it, but you did not take into consideration at the time that, to focus on district number 16. It's like, I'm from Newtown. I grew up in Newtown. I want to be a help to people in Newtown. So let me help my people. And if I want to help, I have enough I can give to people in other parts of the country, that's fine because I am a Liberian. But you were not specific to the district.
Yes, I wasn't specific to the district, but I was doing stuff in the district as well.
Okay. So when you talk about, students not going to school, they're in the streets, now you want to be a lawmaker because you want to change their lives. What is the idea? What exactly do you think being a lawmaker is going to do to change the lives of those people? How do you intend to do that?
That's a good question. Well, I will go back a little bit. I went from Newtown, I went to seminary school. After I left seminary school, I went to CWA. I graduated from CWA.
Okay.
And at CWA, they had different electives. So when you start going to CWA or when you enroll at CWA, they will ask you what kind of elective do you want to do. And this is to make sure that you have some kind of vocation that you can fall back on when you graduate while going to college, and you can fall back on that. You can be doing that, working in that area while going to college. So as a lawmaker, one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to lobby my colleagues in the legislature so that we will make sure that the education ministry include elective in the curriculum of Liberia, and that will help our students who will be in school, who will learn something, some vocation, because like I did home economics in CWA, and I learned how to bake, I learned how to cook, I learned how to sew.
Perfect idea, but
Yes.
that doesn't seem to answer the question as it relates to those who are not in school and selling in the street.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that the parents are accountable to
How?
their children. Like, if I remember many years ago, I went to the States in 2000, and what happened? When your child does not go to school, and your child's supposed to be in school, they will call and find out why is your child not in school. And sometimes the children,
That is in the States.
yes, we're going to implement that here, and that is to make sure
that is because that child is in a school. That child is in school, and they realize that the child has stopped coming to school. Is it? Do they do it for children who have not entered school?
Well, this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we have free education. Free education.
Are you going to
from
do that as a
very-
lawmaker, or you? Is
going
it
to lobby-
Cummings leadership?
under Cummings leadership.
Okay.
Yeah. So we
How are
want
you
to
going
make
to
sure
do that?
We're going to make sure that we enact laws. We enact laws that will make the parents take their children to school, and having the free education. If you don't take your children to school, we're going to have you either prosecuted or something. But yes.
I just laugh. Okay. So, and the reason why I'm laughing is because I really want to know the how that is going to happen. Because if you have free schools, fine, good for the country. People need to go to school, but it comes with a cost.
Yeah.
So how do you intend for that to happen? That is one. And I laughed because the immediate past government in 2005 had a policy, and that policy was that no child of school going age should be in the street during school hours. And if that happened, according to the policy, the parent will be arrested, the child will be arrested.
So we don't
We don't have any record of anything happening. No child has been arrested, no, a parent been arrested. And now you're saying to us this evening that under a Cummings leadership, that is going to happen. But where are you going to get the money from to make all schools free?
Well, we have government schools. We are not saying all schools, private schools. No.
Okay, only government schools.
Government schools. So if you, the parent, cannot afford to send your child to private school, well, the government school is there, and we want to make sure that you send your child to government school, and we have good teachers there, and we have the foundation that's supposed to be laid in the students' life, in the students' education. That foundation is there.
Good if you're
Bottom line, you won't. People always say, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. So
So okay, I hear you on the education side. You say the students who are in the streets, those who are not going to school, you're going to impose on the parents to make sure that they go to school. You talked about Redemption Hospital, and you were giving aid in whatever to Redemption Hospital. Let me bring you back. I want to stick a little bit with your district. Besides health and education, I know that the government is building a new, Redemption Hospital out of New Crewtown. But what is what do you see when it comes to health that for which you want? What are you going to do when it comes to health if you are elected lawmaker when it comes to health? What do you think should happen?
Well, we want to make sure that we have medicines, the medicine that the people need. We see how people call Redemption Hospital the death trap. And we want to make sure that when people go to Redemption Hospital, they have the medicine. And the nurses, the healthcare providers take good care of our patients. Because if it is not for the patient, you won't have a job.
How do you supervise that?
Well, we will have, make sure everybody wear the name badge. And if we encourage the patients, we encourage the patient's families. If you treat our patient, then you don't need to be in that area. You don't need to be working there, because.
Do you fire other people who will treat the?
Oh yes. We will bring people in who want to make sure that they do the right thing.
When you say we'll bring people in who want to make sure that they do the right thing, what do you mean?
Employ people, healthcare providers who will take good care of our patients.
You take them from out of Liberia, right?
No, we don't. We have qualified people yet in Liberia.
And what are they doing?
Some of them don't even have jobs.
Really?
Yes.
So why are they qualified and they don't have jobs?
Because there's no job. There's no the areas for them to work. You graduate, you go to school, you graduate, and after you graduate and you fill out applications, you're not getting
that doesn't
any
make
feedback.
You qualified for the job, though. If you went to school and you fill in an application, doesn't make you qualify for the job.
If you go to school and you pass your board test and we know that you graduated. You graduated from high school. I'm not high school, but nursing school. You graduated and you passed your state board test. The next thing is for you to work. And if you are not given the chance to work, how are you going to work? How are you going to contribute to the healthcare delivery of Liberia?
How many persons approximately you think have passed the state board test and don't have a job?
Well, I'll tell you, I have not done that research. So
you're just assuming? Because I know people who have gone to nursing school, but they can't even pass the state board test.
Well, I have also spoken with people who graduated from nursing school, and a lot of them too. I can tell you how many, but a lot of them, and they want to get a job, but they're not getting a job. They pass the state board test, but they are not getting a job.
Because there is nowhere for them to work.
That's it. In fact, I see, and this is something else that breaks my heart.
Okay.
And that is seeing people who are not educated in the area that they're supposed to be working, and then they are working in that area, but they are not educated in that area.
For example?
Like somebody who is a nurse's aide. The person, because like the person says, I'm a CNA, I'm a nurse's aide, and so I don't have a job. And because I don't have a job, I'm going to open my little clinic. I'm going to open my drugstore. And they have been doing that in this country. They
You're
have
going
been
to make
doing
sure
that.
that stops?
Yes.
As a lawmaker?
We're going to, yes.
Or you're talking about the Cummings leadership?
The Cummings leadership, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to be a little bit specific about your district. I know, most times when you talk, you align what you want to see happen in Liberia with under a Cummings leadership. I will talk to you about, the prospects of Cummings becoming a president. But now you're running, to be a lawmaker in district number 16. Where does district number 16 run from, and where does it end? Where does it start from and where does it end?
Oh, from Bowman's Bridge to St. Paul's Bridge and Corey Bridge going to Newtown.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Approximately how many persons registered in that district?
About 48,000.
About 48,000 persons.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your stronghold in the district? Newtown. I want to answer the question for you. So you really think you're gonna? Are you just testing the waters, or you really think you're gonna make a mark?
Oh yes.
Why do you think so?
Because I'm working with the people, and my message is resonating with the people. So yeah.
So besides health and education, what else are you promising your people to do for them when you go to the legislature?
Okay, so we want to empower the women. Women empowerment is something else that is high on my mind, is high on my agenda.
How do you want to do that?
We want to make sure that women are educated in the sense that, and we are looking at like some of the young females who maybe drop out of school because they got pregnant while going to school. Mm-hmm. We want to empower them by educating them in vocation so that they will be able to earn their own money.
So when you become lawmaker, you're going to open a vocational school in the district?
And as we speak, we already have our article of incorporation. Okay. And we want to, we're working on getting it to an NGO status where we will look for funding because we want it to be free of charge. And when the women are graduating, they will have, I call it goodies bag. They will have something that they can go out with. Yes. Okay. So we want to do that.
So whether you win or not, you're still going to have
definitely.
Because even if you don't win, you will still contest again.
I'm going to win.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like the confidence that you're going to win. Mm-hmm. But what is it that the incumbent lawmaker is not doing in your district? What are some of his lapses for which you want to remove him?
Okay, so like I said, healthcare is one of the things. So when he came into the position, the budget for Redemption Hospital was $2.5 million. And under his leadership, that budget began to dwindle. It dwindled until we are like a little over 200,000 now. And so when our people go to hospital, they don't have medicines. They don't have beds. You hear people say, oh, no beds. And the electricity, I want to make sure that we have 24-hour electricity.
How are you going to do that?
We're going to get solar panels to augment the LEC work that will be done in there, so that when the power goes out, we'll have something to fall back on.
You're going to give all the people in your district solar panels?
No. I'm talking about Redemption Hospital, because we want to make Redemption Hospital second to none.
So you will solarize Redemption. Yeah. Where are you going to get the money from?
Well, we always in the legislature, we got money that come in for us to take care of the district. And so
How much money
some of
comes
that,
in for you to take care of the district in the legislature?
well, I don't know right now what is going to be when I get there. So whatever we get, we're going to work with it, and we're going to get solar panels. For,
Do you have an idea what it's going to cost to solarize Redemption Hospital? Do you have any idea?
well, no, I have not done that research because I'm not there yet. But yes, we're
But you're
going to work on it.
promising to solarize
Oh, yes.
Redemption, and somebody is going to be happy that this woman is promising to solarize Redemption if she's elected lawmaker, and that person might vote for you because of that. What if you disappoint that person because the cost of solarizing Redemption might be too high?
Well,
Because
guess what
you
we're going
don't
to
know
do?
the cost.
Guess what we're going to do? We're going to take it in phases, and we're going to prioritize the OR. We're going to prioritize labor and delivery areas. So we're going to prioritize different areas to solarize the hospital, and then gradually we're going to move on to where we want it to be. So yes, we're going to do that.
What else has Representative Sibo not done?
Well, we see our children, our youth, they are dying from, I know it's all over Liberia, they are dying from this drug addiction. We want to make sure that these children are out of the street.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I will tell you a story. Just recently, I spoke with a guy who I was told that he was a druggie. He was a drug addict. And this guy is clean now. And you know how he got clean? He got clean because something happened. He got arrested and he went to jail. And because he went to jail, he did not have access to the drugs from the street. And because of that, he got clean. Just like that. And so what we want to do, we want to make sure that we have rehabilitation centers. We want to make sure
Where are
that
you going to have the rehabilitation centers that are not operational already?
well, the first thing we're going to do, you asked me where we're going to find a place in the district to do that.
Approximately how many persons in your district you believe are on drugs? I have no idea.
I have no idea. Yeah.
And you're saying to us that, and you're telling the people of district number 16 that when they elect you as the next lawmaker, you're going to find a place to put people who are addicted to drugs.
Yeah, we're not going to get all of them at once. We're not going to do that. We're going to gradually pick them up, and then we clean them, we revive them, and we educate them. Well, we're going to lobby our government.
You lobby with the government?
Yeah, we're going to lobby our government to make sure that we have that done. And how we're going to do it, we get our colleagues again, because this problem is all over Liberia. And because it's all over Liberia, I know that my colleagues will jump on it.
How are they going to jump on there? We already have a drug law. Now you're telling us that when you are elected lawmaker, you're going to make sure that you have a rehab center in your district. You obviously do not know how many persons in that district are on drugs. That number could skyrocket. You don't even have the funding to facilitate that. And you're saying you're going to lobby with the government. If the government has that kind of money, why don't they do it now?
Well,
and the government is doing what she can do to help young people, because they've launched, that rehabilitation, centers all over where people are coming out voluntarily. At least that's the first step. So if government is doing that, and you're saying that all of the people who are in your district on drugs, you're going to make sure that there is a rehabilitation center for them.
Yeah, so
a rehabilitation center that you don't even know where you're going to get the money from to make sure that they are rehabilitated.
Well, we have connections outside of Liberia, and we're going to lobby with people outside of Liberia, institutions. Like I have been doing different things for the healthcare of our people in the district. And how did I get what I got? I lobby. And then on top of that, I did it through my non-profit organization. So we're going to lobby.
Nobody's going to hold you responsible for what you do as a humanitarian, because what you're doing is to, better the lives of other people. When you are in power, when people give you power, it's a totally different thing.
I know that.
Hold you responsible for a lot of things. So if you're doing it in your own, weak ways, people will appreciate that. But when you are at the helm of power, is a totally different thing. And especially if you make promises to people that I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure that all the people who are on drugs are clean. And if you become a lawmaker and that is not happening, what story are you going to give them?
Well, guess what? It's not going to be an immediate thing. It's a process. And
how long is it going to take for all of them to be clean? Your first 6 years in office?
I'll tell you this, we work on it. Is like I said, it's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. And because it's not a quick fix, it's going to be a gradual.
I think the current lawmaker is not doing anything about it.
No, he's not. He's not. And one of the things that people tell me, we tired drinking liquor.
But who's forcing them to drink liquor?
Because you will see the young people are all around him, and it's all about drinking liquor.
Or are you saying that the current lawmaker is encouraging young people to drink liquor?
Oh yes,
Are they minors?
They are early teenagers, not early, but late in the late teens.
Who are people in?
And I will say they are minors, but this is something. We want to encourage our students or our youth to do the right thing and to do something that will better their lives instead of.
I think the incumbent lawmaker is not an example.
Yeah, he's not setting an example.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, madam, thank you very much. So, do you see in your district, do you see a major contender, a major rival, like you are so confident that you could win these elections? Do you see a major rival in your district?
I don't think so.
This is your first time.
This is my first time.
And what's the possibility of you winning a district that is so entrenched with politics? Newtown District number 16 is one of the most highly entrenched political districts in Liberia. How can you, Aaron Momo, win a district like that on a first attempt? And you say you don't see a major rival. There are other people who've been contesting. Do you see any of them?
Well, I'll tell you this. First contestant have won before. And I will not be the first person who is running the first time and going to win. So those people who have been there, like four ran the first time and he won. And others, Sibo, also the incumbent, ran the first time, he won.
And
So I'm not on the CDC ticket. Fall ran on the CDC ticket, and that was a popular, party. And even Fall was removed by another person from the CDC.
From the CDC ticket.
So,
We're looking at the political intrinsic nature when it comes to Newtown District 16 and CDC. So CDC has a huge popularity in that.
Well, I will tell you, CDC has failed the people, and so there's a lot of disenchanted seditians, and so we are getting them one by one.
You are getting them.
Yes.
how has the people?
Yeah.
So
How has CDC failed the people? That didn't show when President Weah was in District number 16 the other day.
Well, I'll tell you this. We are talking about the incumbent lawmaker, and they are mad about the way his leadership. They are mad about what he had been doing in the district, and so they're not going to vote for him.
Oh, you're talking about the lawmaker, or the CDC in general?
I'm talking about the lawmaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they will vote for President Weah, but
And the lawmaker.
Yes. And I will tell you this.
Okay.
I will tell you this. Not all of them. Not all of them are looking the way of George Weah. I will tell you another thing. When George Weah went to Newtown recently, they had to bus people in. It's not like the way those days when he was going to the district and everybody dropped whatever they were doing to be with him. It's not like that anymore.
the people in your district might not be happy to hear you say that they had to bus people in.
Oh, yes.
Newtown, district number 16 is
But that's what happened.
has always been a stronghold of the CDC. Why do you think people were bussed into?
Because people are not happy with the leadership.
So that's what the people. That's what your. But even though you believe that they're going to vote for President Weah.
Not all of them. He's not going to get all. He's not going to get all of the vote from
Okay.
from.
What percent of the vote is Cummings going to get from your district?
Well, we are looking at 50-50.
So it's a battlefield. So let's stick to this. Now, in District 16, there was this rumor that Aaron Momo, I listened to you the last time on one of the radio stations. You spoke about something about one of your contenders, Robert T. Did you ever have an issue with Robert T?
No,
You never had an issue with Robert T?
no.
But you spoke that he was attempting to take your slot at the CPP. Can you talk about that?
Well, Robert here have been a unity partisan,
Okay.
and he went to the primary with Bishop Ponto, and he got whipped. And then after he got whipped, now he want to flip flop. He want to come to ANC, and I being the only person in the district who was on the ANC side at the time, he had people that were encouraging him to come to ANC, that he had a chance, because they said, oh, she just coming. That's what people say, she just coming. And that's what happened. And I have been doing a lot of things in the district. I have been helping our people. And so based on what I have been doing, I was endorsed.
By the ANC.
Yes.
How long have you
But
been at
did-
CD? Sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Okay. So did Robert T come, because this has been a concern in the district? You know, this issue of political flip flopping. Did he come in the ANC, or there was a rumor?
Well, it wasn't a rumor because he came to our convention, so it wasn't a rumor.
The fact that he came to the convention, can that authenticate that he was a member of the ANC?
What Robert Tier did, he was still a member of Unity Party when he decided to come to the ANC, and he filled out the form.
Can that be evident? Because this thing about Roberts going to the ANC is something that, you know, the folks in the district are trying to use as a political gain. So we want to get the record straight. So if the ANC, you are on the CPP ticket from the ANC, if you people are claiming that he came over to the ANC and he filled in a form, I believe it's a document that can be evident.
Oh yes, and then even our coordinator in the district told him that if you're filling out this form, well, you need to come with your resignation letter from letting Unity Party know that you are resigning from Unity Party.
I saw that resignation letter. But if the allegation about the filling in of the form, it has to be, can it be accessible?
Yes.
Can you provide that?
I don't have it. I don't have that. I don't have
So how do we have it? Because this thing is somehow embarrassing in the district. And you know, the issue of Robert Tia is one person in your district. I think you know about him. And you know how he has been in these elections. So leaving the Unity Party was a shock to a lot of people in district number 16, because the elections now in district 16 is somehow to be tinged with Representative Sibo, Bishop Conto, and Robert Thier, and the election of all of you that are coming into the race. So Robert leaving a Unity Party, and there are rumors that he went to the ANC, the CPP, and he was rejected, and blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. Can we provide any evidence that he went to the ANC officially filling a form and he became a member and he went to the primary and he lost?
I'm telling you that he filled out a form, and in fact, our coordinator told him that if you want to be a part, you have to bring a letter of resignation showing us that, yes, you resign from, I
saw that letter.
Did he go to the primaries with you?
Exactly.
We did not have primary.
Or
I
you
was
were
endorsed.
just endorsed by the party?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you come back from the States?
2021.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've been in the States, and 2021 you came back to Liberia, and since you
I've
came
been
back,
coming back.
Well, you've been in and out.
I've been coming back here every year. I've been coming back.
But you
yeah.
came back officially in
Yeah, I moved
2021.
back officially in 2021.
Are you going back in case you don't win these elections?
No,
Okay.
I decided to stay.
Okay.
So you stay now.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Okay. Good. So,
We can take a few more questions.
Okay, go
just,
ahead.
Yeah, let's take a few more questions. I want to stick with you because District 16 is it's an important district. Very important district. So, Madam, let's stick to it. Where in your district, you talk about medical, contribution and all of that. Where in district number 16 can we see those tangible hand marks of Irene Momo? Do you have your office, district office?
Yes, we do. It's in Point 4, and it's right behind the market that is opposite the Corwell Road Junction area. Right behind that, they just built.
Did you say Point 4?
yeah, she's at one.
Yeah, Point 4. But you're going to go in. Like in Point 4, you go into Yuku Town, you're going to go
So
in.
Point 4 Junction there, right?
Yeah, Point 4 Junction, and you're going to turn in, like you're going into Yuku Town.
To Plain Way, like you go in.
You're not going to reach that far.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking, how have you been able to affect the lives of people living in Mumbo Town, people living in Slimpers Bridge, people living in the other parts of the borough, of Newtown, with the exception of Trowing, the other places, people like Balaswa, the Mumbo Town and Balaswa community in district number 16 has been having the serious issue of flooding. How have you been able to contribute to flooding in district 16 that you want to be a representative of?
Okay, thank you for that question. Well, recently we bought tools, wheelbarrows, shovels, rakes.
Recently?
Diggers. Yeah,
Recently.
yeah.
That means maybe a year or a few months ago. Recently.
Yeah, recently.
Okay, that means you have not been doing it.
That's because we didn't know about the problem until they brought the problem to us.
That means you are not entrenched with the issues of the district.
I don't think so.
But then how did you know?
Because I have been doing different things to help the people in the district.
From the medical perspective.
Medical perspective, and not only that, even education-wise, I have been supporting students in the
How
district.
many students are on your scholarship?
Well, 45.
45. You have 49,000 plus voters. You have 45 students on your scholarship.
Well, I can do it all. I can take all of these students. No.
Okay.
So the
How
ones
you
I'm
manage
able.
that when you become lawmaker? It seems to be an Achilles task to be a lawmaker for over 50,000 people, because if you got 49,000 registered voters, there's some people who didn't register to vote, who don't care about, going to elections and what have you. Some people never had an opportunity. They were not around, but they're still in the district, or even some of them are not of voting age. So, and some of them are old enough. They don't want to, hang themselves up. So you might have, over 50,000 people in that district. So you have all of those people on your head, and you have to cater to the needs of those people.
Oh, yes.
And if you are running, you came back in 2021, you got 45 students on scholarship. When you become lawmaker, what are you going to do for students? Because I hear you talk about, I'm going to lobby, I'm going to lobby, I'm going to lobby. All of these lawmakers who are on Capitol Hill are also lobbying. They're lobbying.
Yes,
So they have competing priorities.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have been doing the education part, and not only the scholarship, we have been donating books to institutions in the district, individuals in the district.
Institutions in the district, like the
Like
institutions.
one of the areas that we gave books to is the Salim Bakit. It's a Muslim school.
Yes, Salim Baki.
Yeah, at the Kowe Junction area. Yes, even the St. Thomas Church School.
Okay.
We donated books there.
That is insufficient.
And, yeah, I'm saying that we are doing what we can do now, and we have been doing it even prior to
A project that you just started in 2021. You just started this project in 2021.
Which project?
These, many donations and all of that. Academic sector.
Not in 2021. I started my non-profit organization in 2008. So
Okay,
I have been
2008.
helping the people of Liberia and the people of the district since 2008.
I was asking you this question about the flooding. How have you been able to address the issue of the flooding in district number 16? Because this has been one of the problems in the district with the people. Take for an example, the Momotao community. That community, a lot of people have lost their homes because of the flooding. The drainage is clogged. The Balaswa community, other communities in Nukuta and other parts of Simpos Bridge and Krevo and you just name it. How have you been able to positively, work with the people in these different communities in the district?
We educate them.
About
We
what?
educate them about the drainage, about not putting trash in the drainage. We educate them
The drainage
about
is
that.
clogged.
Yeah, it's clogged. We know that it's clogged. And so with the education, we also went a bit further by giving them tools to work with to clean the drainage.
You talk about tools. Let's look at the quantity of the tools you give them. Because we're talking about a drainage that is breaking down homes of people. And Madam Momo wants to be the representative of that district. And she needs an effective team to work with the people to liberate the people.
That's why we have been doing what we have been doing.
What are you going
And
to
that
do
is
differently? Maybe you haven't done enough because you're not a lawmaker. Do you have any means of addressing that situation where you to become the lawmaker? How do you think that that situation can be handled?
So one of the things that I am going to do, my office will have every community represented. We're going to have an office where we will get the leadership, whoever that is elected or handpicked, come in the office and work with us, and that person will be the one who will bring out whatever they are going through to us, so that we will help them to do what they have to do to change their life for the better. So that's what.
How long? I think we need to go to the lines, but let me ask you this question before we go to the lines. When did you join the CPP
What?
or the ANC?
ANC, I was in the States. I believe it was in 2018, 2019. No, it was in 2020. What? I came in 2021.
You came, you came to Liberia first before you joined?
No. I was in the States.
When you joined?
You joined before the past elections? Or
Before the
or
past?
after these elections? After the
The year you joined the ANC, madam.
Did you join after the elections?
After the last
President
election,
Weah was elected president.
I joined before he was elected.
Okay, so you were part of the CDC before.
That's PDC, well, ANC.
ANC. Sorry, I was just thinking Airbus. I was just thinking your working relationship with girls and women in the district. How have you been able to work with girls and women in the district? Because we're looking at you as a woman, a mother, like you said in your introduction. You are a mother and you want to lead a district. How have you been working with women groupings, and how you've been in making sure that girls are taken out of certain, detestable states and they are brought to prominence? What's your contribution to girls and women?
Well, we've been educating them, and this is where that's one of the reasons why we decided to have the IWEP, that's the Irene Women Empowerment Program, so that our girls, while we are educating them about not prostituting their bodies and going back to school. And I always tell them a little story about myself, that I made a mistake. And so while I was in school, I got pregnant, and I gave them my story. I said, if I can do it, you can do it. So this is where I educate them, and we try to help them financially when it comes to doing little business.
Okay.
We help them. Yeah.
So that means you're giving them loans.
Yeah. Well, actually, not loan per se. No, we're not
Something
giving.
free?
Yeah. Well,
They're not
everybody. We just want to make sure that they are accountable. We want to make sure that they are doing.
Is it touching every part of the district? It's touching St. Paul's Bridge, Mumbo Town. It's touching Rico Town, Point Pool.
I would say not the entire district. No,
Just a particular area in the district.
well, people that come to me when you are from, I don't pick and choose.
Have you started campaigning? Have you gone throughout the district?
Yes, we're working on that. We're going throughout the district. Well, you have not.
When is Mr. Cummings coming to your district to showcase you?
I saw her campaigning. Was it Friday? Was it Wednesday or Monday or what?
When is Mr. Cummings coming to your district?
He's coming, as a matter of fact, tomorrow.
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 So he's going to put your hands up tomorrow in district number 16.
He already put my hand up, so.
So have you had a campaign rally?
Yeah.
Where are you having that rally tomorrow?
Well, actually, he's doing his health walk, and that will start from St. Paul's Bridge.
What is that? Health walk?
And not St. Paul's Bridge, but Bon Mines Bridge, and we're going to work our way to health
To
walk.
where? Walk your way from Bon Mines Bridge to where? To
St.
Paul's
Bridge.
St. Paul's Bridge.
Oh, to St. Paul Bridge.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is it
And
like
then you
campaigning?
can-
What are you guys turning this campaign into something else?
I'm carrying
What's the meaning of that health walk?
America.
Is he not campaigning tomorrow?
A medical campaign?
By walking, they may normally walk, and that's to build his physique and to
I told you about it.
Where in St. Paul Bridge are you having the program? Or you just gonna walk and then get back in the sky and go
we're
home?
going to walk, and we're going to greet people. We're going to have a little program.
Where?
But hopefully, I don't want to just put it out because we're still working on stuff.
Up to now, we don't know where you
Up to now, you're still working on stuff.
having the program. We don't even know.
Well, I don't want to put it out because we plan that it's going to be.
Can you speak to the mic, man?
Yeah, speak to the mic, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we plan for it to be at our district office or at the police station. So, but we're going to be walking, and depending on the weather. So we're looking at that.
Different weather thing in it.
So there are two places that you guys are-
It's wrinkle.
Yeah, that's what he been doing. He been wearing his
He
raincoat.
doesn't want to get wet.
So
The other has he provided raincoats for all the other people?
he's our president, incoming president, and so we will do everything to be with him, whether he has a raincoat and we don't have a raincoat. We are going to march
That's
with him.
not a mark of a leader. You can't be.
Oh no, we got
gotta
to protect our leader.
How you gonna
We got to
protect him?
protect our
He
leader.
protects you also. That is why he wants to lead.
Yes,
So if
but-
he's wearing raincoat and the other people are in the rain, do you think
Leadership demonstration.
Yeah, do you think that's a good sign?
Yes, it's a good sign. You won't.
So what will happen if he walks in the rain? What's gonna happen?
He had been walking in the rain.
Oh, you just said that the last time
Yes,
he had a raincoat.
Yes, he had a raincoat. Yeah.
Why is he just walking? Police station? Is it that he just want to walk and just speak to people in the streets? That's all? Is that his
It's a physical thing.
Oh,
It's
he
a
thinks that
Is it like it's a you people are trying to say other people in the campaign are not physically fit? Is that what you're saying?
or you
No, we're not
can
saying that.
a lot of people can gather like that, and so you just want to use the walking with as a style, huh?
I like
Okay.
that. Let's go to the lines. The numbers are 0880-514-096, 0880-514-096. Tonight is district number 16. In our studios, we have candidate Irene. I don't want to pronounce the middle name. Momo. Good evening. Sickly. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Well, my name is Tony A. Sano, and I call from District 16, Montreal County.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. People, I got a strong question.
My man, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
okay, answer. I get chance to answer all my questions. Yeah, sure.
My man, go ahead.
Good evening, my honorable lawmaker.
Good evening.
know that for me, I come from a different political party that support a different individual to be president, and of course, I know that you will be president. So, because of that, I have pledged my unwavering and unflinching support to you as the next lawmaker for this issue. And I hope and pray that all of those fine ideas all come into fruition as we go through the process.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you're not voting for Mr. Cummings, eh?
No, I'm voting for Kumar. We're not power to be
Good evening.
No, I appreciate that.
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You're live. Go ahead.
Mentor Dwell.
So there are other people on the line.
I'm calling from District 16.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir. I am pleased to hear the voice of our Mother Momo, but I think she's not really informed about the district. She has been far for too long. The woman has a problem even locating her own office. How can she even speak to the issues that concern the district? I think she needs to rethink and re-strategize.
Okay.
She's entering the studio or on this platform.
Thank you, my man. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah. Hello, Tiki Jibo, and hello, watching the Prince Tumon. Tiki, I will say, the former president, American Federation, how are you?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. While the people get upstairs, she said it all, everything is visible. I mean, his record is there, and it's written. You can come and see it in the Malisima and district alive. That kind of a person we are discussing in the district, she's workaholic, she's developmental oriented. You can see it is visible. Come to District 16, you see what area are done
Thank
for
you.
District 16. She has liberated the people and bring efficiency to the people's life. And today you can see women is boasting all over the district can boast of Iron Secret today. Iron Secret are empower more women in the district. So
Okay.
Redemption Hospital, the records are there.
Thank you, sir.
I
Thank
like
you.
how your
Thank
records are there. I'd love to hear people say that.
Records are-
Thank you.
Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Tony Brooks. I'm calling from the township of Johnsonville, District 2.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to ask your studio guest, if President Weah win, I know he will win 100%. Will you accept any job from him? That's my question.
I hope you take the question down, man. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where you come?
Calling from District 16.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm listening to Madam Momo. She spoke well. Actually, as for me, I will vote Honorable Salah Biku perhaps for the representative. We are seeing the workings of an individual 16 person of our BTA, and we have resolved we are going to elect our BTA. We appreciate having Momo for especially as a staff who appreciate it.
Oh, sir. Sorry, we are losing you. Sorry. Good evening.
Hello,
Yes, sir. Good evening. What's your name?
I'm really Aaron Nipa calling for District 16.
Go ahead. District 16.
I want to tell the student guys thank you for the liberation. We noticed that the district is lacking leadership deficits, and when it comes to help as a teacher, you talk about unity. We have one of the referral hospital in the country, which is the residential hospital, and for working there for the past years, I believe that this particular leader can represent well when it comes to the leadership of District 16. So I'm trying to rally around all the youth and members of ANC and people in the district to vote on the Momo camp.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello,
Yes, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
my name is Gregory.
Gregory?
Yeah, Gregory.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to commend the guests, those of you who are in the studio. I want to say thanks to you all. And also, I wanted to ask about Mr. Tier. I would like to know which one of the party he's running on, because I learned that.
No. This is not Mr. Tia in the studio. This is Madam Momo. Your concerns should be addressed to our guest. Thank you. Good evening.
Hello, do you hear me?
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, let me say good evening to Mama.
Hello? Oh, we're losing you. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Sorry for the call, hello?
What's your name and where you call from?
My name is
Okay.
the leader in studio, she handled her platform for the board Nikita. So we know the president representative is not doing anything. So we see our best to push all people forward, like on our BTI in this district, to bring development methods, other things to provide good health and good security and good university.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. Zero 8805140096. Good evening.
Hello,
Yes, sir. Good evening.
this is King M. Dickerson calling from Granjira.
Granjita, go ahead, sir.
I'm King Dickerson calling from Granjira,
Go ahead.
Kabbalah District of East City.
Go ahead, sir.
My brother,
James, you are live.
I'm saying the poor time was on, they're coming again. The poor, they are coming again. Let us get joy. We are cheering to finish the stage here, then they come and do what and they will come.
Yes, a woman running for representative.
You just on the program. You just are calling here.
The woman running for representative. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your live, go ahead, please.
Let's just move it. Good evening.
Good evening. Prince Thomas Mani, calling from just number 16. Let me say good evening to the Mana Institute, Mana Aaron Seke Momo.
Good evening,
My
Prince.
question goes to the Madam Institute. Can she tell us that the area should have the project that she undertake in the Quero and the Balaswa community?
She will tell you. Okay, I think she's writing them down. Thank you. Good evening. Lost today. 0880-514-096 are the numbers.
So somebody called and asked which party is Robert BTA running on. He's running on the Liberians People's Party.
Tier 1 Congress Party.
Yeah, so that's the party he's
Tier 1
running on.
Congress, yeah.
Okay, that person is up the line. Let's see whether we can take this one.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Okay, this is Jerry as we are calling from Corwell. I want to know how long this lady been in Liberia, or which she said something about helping the district. So, hello.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, she talked about helping the people. So really, why she never started the help today because
What a question you ready?
Where are you following? Where are you
It's all
following?
been happening since 2008, and she
2008.
came to Liberia 2021 to stay. So thank you for being.
Thank you for
of
being a
the
part.
program.
Good evening. Hello, sir. Good evening.
yeah, good evening. This is Jerry calling from the Bob Beach Platform.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Just want to let the woman know that we are supporting her wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
Yeah, this is Edwin Johnson calling from District 16.
Go ahead.
Actually, we extend our thanks and appreciation to Madam Seke. As for me, I do support the ANC. We will support Honorable Kumis for the president and as for Harry Seke. We say to you that we have individualities who are working president of our BTA and we are going to support our BTA. So we see you can try next time. We are very
Thank you.
encouraged. But as for now, we are resolved to carry our BTA. Thank you.
Thank you.
Menina party discipline.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
Yeah, the Mandan Institute, when she come to the disco, let she come with part. The last time we check around at Redemption Hospital and all that stuff, my nigga speaker did. So, hello, you get
Let's
me?
take them off the line. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where you come from, sir?
Yeah, this is Francis Babu Alex. I'm calling you from Maryland County, Apple City.
Go ahead from Apple City.
Yes, okay. I want to give your studio there. I want to give her the thanks and the appreciation for what all she said about Redemption Hospital because I lived capacity before. So here we are talking about Redemption Hospital, all of the things she did. So I want to tell her things. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 0880-514-096 are the numbers to call, and you'll be a part of the conversation. Representative candidate Irene Siklet Mumbo is our guest, District 16.
Okay, we take this caller and then we come back to you to respond to some of what the people have said.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
We are doing good, sir. What's your name and where you come from?
This is Sonado.
Calling from what?
From District 16.
Okay.
I want to appreciate the madam for discussing our district. But actually, Liberia is not an elephant meat. When maybe you went to America, you stay there for some time, you come, you see the people suffering. And you come, you're not doing anything. You say, oh, I just want to be represented before I help.
So, hello. Have you been following the program?
I've been following the program.
So how will you say that, I don't know how you relate that to being an elephant meat when she says she has been helping since 2008 and she talked about some of the help she has been giving people in the district. How will you say that Liberia is not an elephant meat?
say to this.
She's a Liberian. She has the right to contest.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, our family are not here.
How do you know that?
But we live in a district.
Who are her families, sir?
Where does she live in the district that you know? Where does she live in the district?
She lives on Central Newtown.
Where is Central Newtown?
It's around the depot area. She lives right behind, how do you call the place?
Call the place.
She lives behind the Joao school there.
Eh? But well, you said around the depot, then you said behind your house school. But you said around the depot. The depot is far. The depot is far from Joel Howard Taylor School.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir. I think you contribute. Okay, so we leave it there, madam. We'll come back to you. District number 16 is actually listening. I think you can notice that from the calls that came through. So there are a couple of questions being asked by the people and concerns as well that you would like to address. So you can have the conversation.
Okay. So someone asks if I'm going to take a job under the leadership of George Weah if he wins. One thing I would say, George Weah is not going to win. And then, secondly,
who's going to win?
Alexander Benedict Cummings. So, secondly, I want to work with a leader who has a vision for Liberia, and that is Alexander Benedict Cummings. And because of that, I don't think I can work under the leadership of George Weah. So
let me hold you there. What if you won the elections and George Weah won elections? Are you going to leave your post and go back to America because Alexander Cummings did not win elections?
Well, no. Like I said, I'm here and I'm here. I'm not going to go back.
Okay, so when you win, George Weah wins, what happens?
Well, the three branches of the government of the Republic of Liberia, they are three co-equal government. So
you will still be working in a George Weah government.
I will still be working, but I'm not going to go take a job. Like he asked the question if I'm going to take a job, any job from George Weah. No.
You will still be taking a job from the Liberian people under the George Weah government.
Yes. I'm going to be taking a job and I will be
and you will have to deal because the legislature and the executive work together.
Yeah, we work together. Yes, we work together.
So then you must
but I'm not going to go. And the question is,
lawmaker.
No, the question is, if
you're not taking a job from George Weah personally.
Thank you.
To work in the executive, but you can work in the legislature.
Yes.
Okay.
And someone asked the question about having a project in Crab Hole and Balaswa. I said that I supported and continue to support the people of Balaswa, the people of the district, but just recently, like I said earlier, that we donated tools for the people to use so that the drainage will be clean. But I do not have a project in Crab Hole or Balaswa. And the project that I talk about is the Irene Women Empowerment Program. And this program is to educate the women.
Are you talking about, when you talk about project, is it the physical construction or what a project? The Irene stuff is a project. And what kind of project is he talking about? You building something or what?
Well, apparently that's why he didn't make it explicit. So he only asked about if I have a project.
Are you building something in Balaswa or Crab Hole?
No.
Okay, continue.
So that's the two questions I wrote down.
There were also many calls that came in concerning this Robert T.
Yeah.
Are you threatening about him? Are you threatening? The first election I was covering the second election in District 16. Robert came second. The first election he contested. I mean, the first election he came third. The second election he came second to Dixon Sibo. Are you considering the political trend in District 16 with Robert Tier? Because a lot of people calling the name Robert Tier. What is your fear when you hear the name Robert Tier?
I don't have any fear. I don't have any fear. People call my name as well. People are also supporting me. So we're going to win this election.
Let me ask you this question. You're from the ANC. Are you going to win the elections? Is Alexander Cummings going to win the elections in a one-round victory? Do you see these elections going to a second round? And if it went to a second round, do you see any possibility of a collaboration?
Collaboration with
not the CDC now, but I'm talking about the opposition parties.
Will you support that? Any collaboration?
Yeah, Mr. Cummings has always said that if he doesn't come to win the first round or come close to the winner, and there's another person, he's going to support the opposition. He's going to support the other person, and that will be Mr.
After all of the insults and disagreements and all of that, after you people
Mr. Cummings had never insulted anybody. And that one, I will tell you, he has never insulted anybody.
For me, it's not about insult. You don't have the same, you're not running your policies for Liberia, your roadmap for a new Liberia. His ticket is the fixer ticket. This other ticket is the rescue ticket. How then are you going to blend now because we're in a second round?
Yeah, well, in politics, there's no permanent enemies. And I'm not saying that Mr. Cummings is enemy to Boyka. No. But they're not seeing the same thing. But Mr. Cummings always said
so how then will they see the same thing now because
they will connect and they will have they will work together.
Isn't that been deceptive to the Liberian people?
No, I don't think so.
Why you don't think so? If they cannot come together now, to form an alliance.
Well, Mr. Cummings will not leave the collaboration. It's Mr. Boyka who left the collaboration.
So he left the collaboration. In your words, Boyka left the collaboration. But because you want power, you will go back to Boyka now to form a collaboration.
With an agreement.
I'm asking now, then isn't that being deceptive to the Liberian people?
That is not being deceptive. And the reason is Mr. Cummings is not going to see it. George, we are becoming the president again.
He's not going to see it. What does that mean?
He's not going to support the George Weah ticket. And the only person who
he will support a Boyka ticket that he's not supporting now.
Yes. And he said he will support the opposition. He continued to say it. He will support the opposition because George Weah leadership has failed the Liberian people.
But the leadership of the opposition has failed itself, the Liberian people would say, or your critics would say, because you have not been able to come together to confront the ruling establishment.
You've not been able to manage yourselves in the opposition, break away and
people hold a former Vice President, Joseph Yumon Boyka, for that. Critics hold him for that, for not keeping the opposition together, for having the opposition divided. So I come back to what I said earlier. If you cannot, come together as a force to reckon to remove the ruling establishment. If you went to a second round, then you're coming back to the Liberian people to say, okay, we didn't make it by ourselves. Now we want to come together because we want to rescue. How's the ticket going to be called?
That's the second round now. Yeah. That's the second round. So
different platform.
different platform. So
You have
the
worked
idea is we are not going to allow a second term of the George Weah.
Allow that. You're not going to allow that, right?
The Liberian people.
Your general idea is just the anti-George Weah.
Yeah, because the leadership has failed. The leadership has failed this country.
So what are
Even though the leadership has
the
failed in
people
your
are
word,
suffering too much. The people are suffering.
the same people who are suffering too much are the ones who are getting out there when President Weah goes to their districts and they are telling President Weah, thank you for your leadership. But you who are in the opposition say they're suffering. But tomorrow, your standard bearer will not go somewhere where people are going to gather. He's going to be walking from Bon Mines Bridge to St. Paul
because he's doing it door to door. He's meeting with the people. He's going to the community. He's going to the community to meet with the people. And I will tell you, people have been saying that when George Weah is going to the district, but guess what? If you are in the George Weah government and you don't want to go, then you don't want your job.
Then you don't want your job. George Weah government, you don't want to go where?
You don't want to follow.
I've not gone anywhere where George Weah has gone.
You don't want to follow.
I'm right here. I am an example. All the rallies he's been having, I haven't gone there.
Well,
so I don't need my job.
Well, I'll tell you this. Those people in the I don't know. It's not a gossip. It's not a gossip
because that is what you're putting out there. That is what you're putting out there, and you want people to believe that. Which
you're not giving us. You're not giving us
because and you think that's what people are going to hear.
It's unfounded. It's unfounded. It's unfounded. You're not telling us that because Mary, who is serving as the director for so place, she did not turn up, so she's fired.
That's fired. You understand? That's what people have been saying out there.
But then you bring the gossip on the national radio and you make the people believe your analogy.
Well, I'm not bringing gossip to the national radio.
But that's how it sounds.
That's how it sounds.
Most people who what it's
who has been fired as a result of that. Who has lost?
So can you give us an example of?
Well, I don't have.
Oh, madam.
Okay, let's hear your parting comments.
It was a nice conversation, but let's hear what you have to say. Then we will take leave of you on few seconds.
Well,
few seconds.
Yeah, okay. Well, I want to again thank you for having me on the show, and I want to thank the people of District Number 16 that called in, and I want to tell you guys. Don't sell your votes. Don't sell your votes. We see how you guys have been going through problems. You guys don't have the 3 square meal. You guys have your children selling in the street. You need to look at that and vote the right people in the position. And I will tell you guys, I am that person who will change your life around for the better, and we are running on better health, sanitation, we are running on women empowerment, youth empowerment, we are running on accountability, because we want to make sure that people are accountable to whatever they are given, the work they are given to do, they are accountable to that, and we want to unify our people.
Okay.
So thank you again for having me.
Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure that you honor our invitation, and we wish you all of the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is.
Madam Momo, thank you so much for accepting our invite to sit with us on the open conversation. We wish you all the best. How many women are running in that district?
3.
Oh, you guys are 3. Okay. We wish you all the best as we go to elections in October. Thank you so much. We appreciate that you were here. I think it was a wonderful conversation.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Thank
Have
you.
a pleasant time campaigning.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together. I go. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. While you forget it, you from Lower Country, you from Maryland. While you from Rewa says, I'm a bastard, we own your people, I walk on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land, I live until I be.